Good morning everyone, I hope you're all okay. Right, I'm coming on this morning to show you a flow-ish journal that I've made for Wendy Lawrie. We're doing a swap together. So today is the Wednesday the 18th of January and I'm hoping to get it posted on Saturday, or that be the 21st. I'm going to send it by Hermes, hopefully. So yeah, I hope she likes it. She said she wanted a surprise. She's sending me a surprise as well. I love surprises. And I've done the cover with one of these Tyvek mailing bags. You can get them on Amazon. I was lucky enough to have some given me, but apparently you can get them on Amazon, but they're quite expensive. But that's what I've done it with anyway. This is it. Haven't done, well, I have done, not quite, it's quite busy, but I haven't done any doodling or anything because I didn't know whether Wendy would want to do some herself. But I used my Dilutions paints. I'd only got, this is, oh, it's empty, but luckily I had a new one come yesterday, so I used those colours, the bubblegum pink, vibrant turquoise and crushed grape, and put them on with sponges. I mean, this Tyvek, it just paints so beautifully. You hardly needed any of that paint, and I did spray my sponges with a bit of water as well. The stencils I used, I just went over it with the turquoise first, and then I used this stencil, which I've had for years. I've got quite a lot of these sort of things that I've had for absolutely years, and I thought they came with a magazine. I'm sure I've told you that before, that they came with some magazine, but now I don't know. I really cannot remember where they came from. They probably come in a magazine. Anyway, I used that one. Sorry, can't even see it, can you? That one. And for the dots I just used this little one. That's, oh, I don't know where I've put the bag. Came from, that's crafty. There's 3 little stencils in there. I actually got these when I subscribed to a magazine. They was free. Right, so yeah, I've just done it the same inside and outside. Put some trim down the outside, and I've actually used some of my little beads that I made yesterday, whether you can see. But I don't have a lot of fancy beads. I've got, you know, I have got several beads, because some of you lovely ladies have sent me some, but I don't have any that I would call, you know, like big fancy beads or anything. And I was actually telling someone last night I could kick myself, because when I went to Hobbycraft, sorry I'm going on, aren't I? When I went to Hobbycraft the other day, they got some tubs, loads of tubs in the sale, and they were only £2, and I picked them up, put them down, picked them up, put them. In the end I thought, no, I don't need beads. I don't need beads, and I wish now that I'd got them, but never mind. These little ones, what I bought from eBay when I first started coming on YouTube, and all the stick pins were the rage at the time. But I just tied a knot in the bottom, so it's nothing fancy. Big button on the front, elastic round there, and then I just tied some threads round there. Got them on 4 minutes already, and we've not even got inside. I'm not going to show you everything because it'll take ages. I put some, what I did was put a couple of, well, you can't even see, I'm sorry. Dear. Ooh, the camera didn't want to stop straight. I put a couple of sheets of my jelly prints that I've done on cardstock, just to make it a bit sturdier, and there's some other bits and bobs in there as well. Can you see? And these are all papers that I've had for absolutely ages. Most of the pretty papers are what came with free with magazines. And it actually made me smile. Wendy put a video up last night, and she's done this beautiful little, well, it's a big book with, she's got several of the Prima Doll stamps, and she's done a book with just all her dollies in, and I'd already put this in there yesterday, so that made me smile. But I think she's cut them out and pieced the dresses, and I mean, I just coloured that badly. But yeah, put all bits and pieces in, little envelope with some bits and pieces in. I had loads of raffle tickets given me, so I've made little pockets to go across the bottom to put things in. I haven't stuck anything down, I don't think. If I have, it's been with washi tape. But I know they're not very pretty, but I've got an abundance of these little paper clips, so they've gone in. Napkin. This is wrapping paper. It's wrapping paper that I bet I've had 20 years. So just, yeah, I folded that up, and then it's got like pocket. In there is, that's a piece of wallpaper, and then I've put her a piece of wallpaper, a couple of my feathers in that I've made. No, they're not going to go back in there, don't we? We better do, you little monkeys. Get in there. That's just a little envelope that I made with my punch board. That's got some bits and pieces in there. That was wrapping paper. Yeah, that's wrapping paper. These were wrapping paper, and years ago I used to do lots of decoupage, and they're what, again, this must be 15 years, at least 15 years, probably longer I would think. And I'd cut out loads of pansies, forgotten that I'd got them, but since I've been into this flowish thing, I've been hunting out everything, so it's nice to see things again. And I thought, well, I've had them cut out for 15 years, so if I've not used them by now, I don't think I will do. Postcard, more pansies, little piece of my, where you put marbles in a tray and your inks that Julie told us how to do. Piece of that stuff, punchinella. These are what I've printed out. I don't know whether I'd had some given me, or did somebody print them out for me? Can't remember now. Yeah, I think these could have been in the Creativity magazine at some point, and then they've just been photocopied. That's a piece of wrapping paper. This is free from a magazine. Thought I'd send her some money because it's her birthday soon. See, don't say I'm not generous, look, Wendy. Look at all that. Loads of money. Look at my wad. Oh dear. This came from Cardboot pattern paper. These are from, oh, I can't show you the book because it's right up on my shelf. My daughter, I believe it was her that bought me a book many years ago, and I just had these printed out, and they've all been in a folder. This paper I've had about 15 years. Oh God, I'm terrible. That's an envelope, or oh, it's another piece of paper. More raffle tickets. That's what I was talking about, Wendy, why I asked you what your star sign was. Again, this was wrapping paper. I actually did a tabletop, glass tabletop with that, and I've also got a tray. I'll show you it. So I'll show you some of my decoupage stuff sometime. It's all yellowing a bit now because I say it's been done for years. Napkin, some wax paper that Shannon Green told us how to do. Not told us, showed us how to do. Some more of that. Or that paper. I've done 2 signatures. Where are we? Is that the end? No. I don't know, I'm lost. Another piece of, what do you call it? Art Deco, is it? Punchinella, some little, these came from a car boot. Vintage scraps, great big bag full. Some more pansies. Hope you like pansies. Little hedgehog, that was from wrapping paper, I believe. So that's the napkin again. There we go. Some feather paper that I've had absolutely ages. This came from I used to belong to a book club, and that was part of a book club. Some little stick-on things there. Oh yeah, that's it. That's that signature. Some Dennis the Menace paper from a book. Some more of the stuff that Shannon showed us how to do. This one is from a magazine. Bit of washi tape there, look, holding that together. Oh, and then I've put one of my envelopes from a catalogue that I made with my punch board, and these are, again, these were wrapping paper. Loads of them. They've been cut out for years. Because I don't know, I must have started crafting about 20 years ago, and then did like glass painting was the first thing I did, and then went on to decoupage, and then I didn't do any for years. So I'll put one of my little borders in. I think I was going to put something else in there. Doily. That's a piece of paper from William Wilberforce, slavery man, abolished slavery, museums up in Hull, and we must have got a magazine from there. Piece of my marbled paper. That's magazine, not magazine. Yeah, free in magazine. Oh no, it isn't. Yes, it was. Yes, it is. That was a little from out of a little booklet that came with one of the card making magazines. I don't get those now. I only get the Craft Stamper magazine and that cloth paper scissors if I can find it. This is a piece of textured wallpaper that I use on my jelly plate, and I thought she might like to use that because she's into mixed media type stuff. And I've also made flowers out of this as well, but it's a little bit hard to cut. I don't know whether I've shown them before or not. I think I have. I don't know whether I've got any left, but I made flowers where you fold the paper and then cut it, but it was very, very hard to cut. Oh, that's a piece where I used the pixie powders. This was from the Jorvik Centre magazine, sort of Viking centre up in York. Another piece of marbled paper. Book pages from a Birds and Eggs and Nests book. That was from a magazine. Another pretty napkin. More vintage scraps, some graph paper that I did actually buy because I hadn't got any graph paper. But it was from Lidl, it was only 99p. More of that. More of that. I think this looks nice in here. Another napkin, that's a love napkin. That's another piece of pixie powders. Napkin. These were, I can't remember what I did those on. It's a napkin, but it's on, I don't know whether it's on wax paper. I can't remember that, whether that was a Shannon Green thing or, don't know. That was last year, I think, or the year before. Could have been the year before. Yes, and that is that. And I really hope you like it, Wendy. I wasn't really sure what, should have asked you really what colours, but you didn't You'll like it, won't you? I'm sure you will. Hope you do anyway. If you don't, you can always paint the cover, or, you know. I mean, what I love about these is, you know, like this cover, if for instance where they're not Wendy's taste, she can always take it all to bits and make it up and send it to somebody else whose taste it is. And just while I'm on, you know, I just want to say, anything I ever send to anybody, you know, please feel free, if it's not to your taste, just feel free to pass it on, you know, or do whatever with it. Don't, you know, because we do get things wrong sometimes, don't we, I suppose. But yeah, I just thought I would say that. But yeah, I hope you like it, Wendy, and well, by the time you see this, you'll have got it. So thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and I've really enjoyed making it for you. Bye. I've just realised that I didn't say how I'd put it together. I just used elastic so that they just slide in, because I didn't explain either. I was in such a rush, wasn't I? I'm so rude. Didn't explain for anybody that doesn't know. I can't remember the name of the lady who started it off, but it's basically, there's a magazine and a book called Flow that is designed for paper lovers, and this lady, she decided, and the book, I don't know if it's the book or the magazine, one of them has the pages in which are designed to be taken out and actually used. So the YouTube lady, is it Rosemary Morris? Oh, I don't know whether I've got that right or not. She decided to, you know, get us ladies doing them as well, sort of making your own one up that it's designed to be all taken apart and used in future projects. But yeah, so there's just 2 signatures. I think I said there was 2 signatures, and I just put elastic round the top. Well, anybody that's familiar with doing this sort of thing will know what I mean. Just tied elastic, and I tied it in the middle of the book, and then just pop the paper through, and I've just put another few bits in that pocket. This was done ages ago, and it was just when I'd used my jelly plate. Excuse me. I've never done any since because it's a bit, I don't know, well, I did quite a lot at the time, but when I used my jelly plate, I just, when it was dry, excuse me, I'd seen somebody doing it, and they just stick sellotape on and then rub it on and then pull it off, and it brings all the, what, you know, the excess. I mean, some people actually put stamp on and all sorts, but I've never done that. So I've put a few of those in, and this one is a, well, these 2 are the till receipts that, who was it that's got us started on this? Was it Marsha? I think it was Marsha that, I'm sure it was Marsha, where you get your till receipt and put paint on. I've got a video on these. And put dobs of paint on. I've used stencils, stamps on these ones, and leave some white spaces, and then use your heat gun, and where the white spaces are, it turns it black. But if you then try and put anything else on the top of it, like I think this has got sparkly Mod Podge on it, I must have put something else on as well, but if you try and seal it, basically it takes the black away again. But there's ways around it, and that is just a piece of the dendritic, when we was doing the dendritic, where you put paint on the glass and put a sheet of glass over the top and pull it off, and you get the dendritic prints. And I'm going to send it in this bag. Being as I'm sending it Hermes, I thought I would send it in that. I don't tend to do the pretty bags or write Happy Mail on anything Royal Mail these days. Not liking to point the finger, but I think things go missing sometimes if they're pretty or got Happy Mail written on. And you know, one of the other ladies has said to me that, you know, not to do it like that, and I won't do with Royal Mail, but Hermes is pretty safe because it's tracked and signed for and that. So anyway, I'm going now to see if I can piece these videos together. Thanks for watching. Oh, and thank you ever so much. I think I forgot to say thank you, Wendy, for doing the swap. It really cheered me up when you sent me that message and said would I like to do the swap with you. So thank you ever so much, and I'll leave the link to Wendy's channel, pop across, and she's just started doing videos recently. She's got some fabulous things up that she's showing, and she seems to have got the video bug at the minute. I think she did 4 videos yesterday, so if you don't know her, pop across and say hello. So thanks again, bye.